Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use one of my newest products. This is the glow tube that I sell on my website. I sell this for $1.50 a foot, so if you buy 10 feet, you're going to get a 10-foot piece of this tubing. Anyway, as you can see, it provides a really cool looking neon effect, and you can make this glow any color you want. I used red LEDs in this example that I built here, and the great part about it is it's very, very easy to do. A couple points I want to point out though. When you are taking the tubing, to get the best lighting spread and effect, you want to make sure you use a good sharp razor knife, and you just simply cut it to whatever length you need it just by pushing straight down. After doing that, it'll give you a nice clean smooth edge, and that's what's going to give you the most disbursement of light throughout the tubing piece. It's also important to note that when you're doing this particular technique and method, that you use the bit lights. The bit lights are the exact perfect size to hold in place on top of these connectors. For installation, you can either use a 1x1 round plate or a 1x1 round brick. And as you can see, what I've done here is I have a 1x1, and let me turn the power and the light off. As you can see in my example here, I'm using the 1x1 round plate. And I did that because you don't have to have a lot of coverage on the end. You just simply want to make sure that the LED has somewhere to sit so that this tubing can be inserted right in front of it. Now let's take this building apart so I can show you exactly how this is working. To make sure it holds the tubing on really well, I use the modified plate with clips on both the ends and in the center to hold it. Something else that's important to note is this tubing isn't quite as snug inside these clips, and I just want to kind of show you. It does pop into place, but you still can kind of slide it through a little bit, so don't expect this to be super tight when you get it. I want to make sure that I'm clear on that. This is not a super tight connection, but it is good enough that your clip piece will hold this tubing. For mounting the LED, what I do is I simply slide my LED light through this modified plate here. And then, like I said, I use the 1x1 round plate with a hole in it to put over top of the LED. And this is doing two things. It's holding your LED in place so it can't go nowhere. And it's holding it right up and in the location that you need it to shine onto the end of the tubing. And then what I've simply done is I've used a 1x1 round plate there. And that is so I can bring the wire up and underneath and then put a block right on the end of this. So that way the wire is not visible and the LED is not visible in any way. Once you get that, you simply have to kind of measure your tubing. This has already been pre-measured and cut because we just pulled it off. So all you do is you just stick it into the one end, pop it into your clips. You want to bring it down and around to the other end, and then pop that down into the clips. And it's important to note that you want it to be just a little longer if you're coming around a corner, so that way when you pop it in, it will hold it really well and in place. With everything back installed, you simply turn your power back on, and bada boom, bada bing, you have a really awesome neon lighting effect on a gas station, movie theater, or anything else you can possibly come up with. So if you're interested in trying to do this on some of your mock builds, don't forget to check out my website, www.bevinsbricks.com. A link will be below in the description of this video.